Alright, I just want to go over Azrael a small amount. I want to specifically go over his weak points, which is these things. It might have like something crazy going on. I want to go over those, links with him, and change the weird thing about his chains. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. Let's start with chains first. The thing about his chains specifically is that there's a delay on his chains, if that makes sense. So I'll show you a demonstration. If you look at my inputs at the left, doesn't combo. Light doesn't go into medium. It doesn't even come out at all. If I go to Mika and do the same thing, works just fine, right? No problem. The reason for that? Simple enough. There's just timing on it. You can't mash it. So you can combo it just like that. But you have to get used to timing. And that is the main reason right there, simply enough. You don't play him when you first start playing this game. If you just start playing, I would recommend start off with Narukami. Any of the main characters pretty much. The main four. Ruby, Hyde, Ragna, Narukami. The reason I say that is, of course, like I just said, the links, but also his weak point mechanic. So those are the two links. There was that one, which is the chain delay link, and then there's this. This one can be important. This one is important for one reason, because it links this, makes it possible to combo into this without having to just land a random light. Since this is a mid, because there is no mix up here, and it can block the standing, crouching, in the air, whatever. But with this, what it does is now they get, you hit them with a low, then combo into it still, if you get the timing right. Then you go low. Oh my god, I haven't done this in a minute. Okay. Look at that. Decent damage from a low, without any meter. Then, the main thing here I want to talk about, which is most important, is his weak points. There's 5 weak points. There's technically more, because there's some incorporated into his special moves. So I guess you could say there's around 7 of them. But there's really 5 that matter. This one isn't a big deal. Go for it. No reason not to. Always go for it if you're going to go for this attack when you're jumping in. But the reason I say it doesn't really matter, it doesn't give you any special benefits, like the crouching light. But it does give you extra damage and hit stun when you fall down. So it's like, why not go for it? And the one at the end is the auto combo. If you're using the auto combo, no reason to not go for that. But I barely use the auto combo and finish it. I usually, if I'm going to use the auto combo, when I first start, my main combo was simply, I just went for that. Get them more damage in the corner carry. Now, when it comes to this part now, when it comes to the rest of the weak point, this is when things start getting interesting. There's this one, we already went over. Goes into the link, that's the main reason to use that, which is why technically it's the most important to get optimal combos. The mix-up ones are the interesting ones too. This is the most interesting is this one. You see how big the bouncer is, because without a weak point, it just knocks him down. No big deal there. You get a combo with an assist, but no big. Well, without an assist, you can get crazy stuff going. And then there's this one. This is the hardest one to do. That one has the most strict timing on it, and it's the most important. This is the one that's going to lead to everything else. As you can see there. As you can see there, that weak point leads to the rest of his arsenal completely. So, you're gonna have to get used to this one's timing. But you should just do what I do, just go into training and do it. Or you can go into the game tutorial actually, go to the clash practice for marvelous clashes. You can do that as practice as well, but I really recommend just going into training with him. And you don't have to double tap it, some people like double tap. It's not personally my thing. It doesn't really matter. It feels like it doesn't really affect it. It's just more of a timing thing. But those are the main mechanics, and I'll show you some things you can do with it. So if you have someone blocking, you can just randomly go for that. They might be blocking you. You can go for overhead, and his overhead hits quicker than it looks. It hits with his brings his foot down. So that's already a mix 50-50 right there. And if you land this without any meter, 67-60 damage easily, and corner carry. If you want to use meter, and the thing about this combo specifically, it uses a weak point. You can make this combo as difficult as you want. I recommend starting with just I just recommend starting something like that, because you can add more hits to it to make it more faster if you want. You can add a light into it, but then you have to get the light timing right. You have to get the light to the medium timing, so that adds a link into 3 weak points, into dash cancel. You have to do continuous dash cancel, which is part of his special weak point I'm going to go over right now. He has 2. One you don't want to go into because he's not an air character, but this move, you see he scoops him in the air. If I don't use this point it, because of that. You can just follow up with them when you knock them into the air. And there's some special combos, but I just personally don't think they're worth it. That's the only thing about it for me. Like, you can do this, but the damage is literally 1 more in the combo you can do with no meter. You can do the same combo with no meter and get about the same amount. Literally for 1 point more using a meter is not worth it. Now, if you want to go over the next thing, simply enough. Oh, I just lost train of thought, sorry about that. But simply enough, instead of going for that, you want to go for this one. The thing about this one, you can stay on the ground and make it full advantage of his ground game, which is all he is pretty much. And you get free corner carry at that. You get dash cancels. You gotta get used to that though. Yeah, so that's a weak point cancel into dash cancel. So to do that, you have to, the moment that kick hits, you have to press circle, and then you have to dash cancel it. As you can see, right now he's flying like he's ready to bounce against the wall, but he won't. Yeah, he won't keep flying. He's gonna stop if you don't follow up with him. If you just do it, he bounces off the wall. You can't get anything off of it. So you want to get used to the weak point. If you can't do the dash cancel, that's why I have my inputs. I'll show you my inputs one more time. So look at the left of the screen. You can usually get 5 to 6 follow-ups. In some cases you can get 7. But it's free damage pretty much if you get it, so it's like, why not? But for this video, that's all I want to go over on Azrael. In another video, I'll probably go over getting around zoning, things like that. But I'm just going to go ahead and end that one here. Of course, if you like this type of video, just leave a like and subscribe if you do enjoy it. I'm going to be making more of these. I like doing them on certain subjects. If you would like, just leave a comment if you want me to do overall character tutorials. But this is young puffy ass bitch of the Kingston, and I'm signing out. Peace.